Uh, I'm presenting social policy and administration. This is social policy and administration. You have the meaning of social policy. Social policy is an activity that tries to formulate, implement a solution to solve social problem. The purpose of teaching the subject is to equip the trainees with the knowledge, skills, and attitude to enable them understand, know how social policies are made and administered for the achievement of goal. It is also helps us to examine organizations, structures, and involve themselves in implementing policies into programs and assess their effectiveness. So we have concept of social policy, we have social aspects, anything that concerns with the man in the society. We have also definitions and the meaning of a policy. A policy is the principle that governs action directed towards a given end or set problems. The concept denotes action to bring to bring about change in terms of solving social problems. We have the social policy itself. It is a statement of ideas, aims, and purpose of of action that means by government or NGOs, how services have been organized. Social policies define direction, trends of social work, and how they have been administered or implemented. It is concerned with how the society should organize its resources to meet the set aims or goals. And you have the NB here, that is social policies are formulated only if there is any social problems in the society. There must be embedded in written documents and rectified in legitimate authorities to term as genuine to obtain the action. That is the concept. Then you have characteristic of social policies. Number one, have to be written down to form a basis of commitment, e.g. family policies are not applicable. They must be ratified and legitimized by authorities concerned. That is, ratification is done by executive bodies, e.g. the parliament, the local authorities, and the board of governors. The other one is they must be voluntarily accepted, is used for force, is not encouraged. The other thing is it involves choice making process that is sets objectives and methodologies to be utilized, e.g. free primary education. They are either micro or macro, has to do with the provision of services at national levels, and the micro has to do with the provision of services family or community level. Then we have aims of the social policies. Aims of the social policies. One is to solve problem that will help to improve the quality of life of people and protect the weak in the society. The other thing is allocation of social justice. It has to do with the distribution of resources. The other thing is it enhances economic growth and development. This should be this should try to eliminate poverty and other social problems. The other thing, it clarifies the intentions of an organization, government, that what or why organization is involved in the provision of social services. It gives justification, that is, it ensures social stability. Social services are provided to maximize social stability, that is maintaining social cohesion or togetherness. Once people have basic necessities, they become peacefully quite willing to work. Are concerned with the elevation of social problems in the society through formulation of effective strategies. Such people include illiteracy, poverty, diseases, unemployment, even the social crimes that you may cause. Then you have steps to be followed in decision making process. Identify the decision to be made. The other thing is so awareness of the need for decision may be brought about by the number of the factors such as sense dissatisfaction when then you go through internal process of trying to define clearly nature and decision to make. Then the other thing is gathering relevant information. Then next is all background information should be obtained and all available factors alternative through the project to be collected. The other thing is identifying of collecting information. You'll be able to identify two or more means of action used. Possible alternative must be subject to searching details. Then rating alternatives after identify the rate by drawing information or awareness. Then choosing among the alternative by choosing the best suited alternative details. Then taking action, that is putting into action the decision you have made. Then reviewing the decision and the target group. That is, then you have decision making models. This is the representation of something with a copy which can be based on because it is external good. In decision making, several models can be followed. Number one, at community level. What do we have at community level? At this level, the problem is experienced by individual and not the government. Informal groups which can be in the form of social advocate. Thus, the number of the community felt something must be done to solve the existing problems. The people who are professional or elite group may intervene to assist the community and lobby to relevant authorities until something is done. Then the Ministry of Department officers concerned to collect of the rule research method, analyze and present the relevant authorities for policy formulation. It is through contribution of employees at the grassroots, the level of policy are able to know weight of the problem in the ground and come up to formulate relevant policies, and hence government knows through the provincial administration, chief and local leaders. Then we have internal organization, international organization. Many countries drive there are policies from international bodies like UN, especially policies like human rights. We have environment and employees. The countries who are the members of this body sign declaration committing them to the implementation of recommendation of convention. We have political parties. This is whereby the many parties in other countries are of manifesto nchi in Kenya. Free primary education was enough, which was not there in KANU era, the decision making by the government. Then you have policy making process. This is social policy making process refers to a situation whereby decisions are made on the type of change of the development required. A policy is not just made, but it involves a lot of effort whereby a number of people are involved and several factors are considered. Policy making process implies the intervention of diverse ideas and it's a way through which tackling of particular problems at the micro level are arrived at. Social policy process uses several models. Then we have the system model theory. This model assumes that the policy making is a continuous interaction between the government system and community system. This model passes the following stages. We have presentation of the problem to the government. Here we have there must be existing problem or situation in the community which presents itself as a problem or a need that requires immediate solution. The community uses perceived problem, come up with a definition of the problem, increase poverty, that like that increased poverty and all that. You have the following can answer the following question can be answered. What is the magnitude of the problem or the number of the people being affected? What are the causes of the problem, e.g. literacy? Who is the affected by the problem, women or children? After the definition, the community is allowed to send their complaint to the community, from the community to the government systems for the appropriate action. This is done through community leaders and the government is aware. Then we have the action of the government to the problem. In order to solve the problem, the government comes up with the policies outputs, and this manifests themselves in the form of real action or provision and goods and services or established of the project. We have policy to the government. After the provision of the service, the government finds out whether the policy has served the intended purpose. The government received the feedback from the community leader. Then we have institutional or distribute model. This is model review the social welfare services as a basic unit. You should be provided universal social welfare services are not seen as at least resort but very vital in getting cohesiveness or unity in the society. One is not supposed to subject to the criteria test, therefore receiving the service. Even emphasize quality is provision of social services to cohesive, to achieve the government taxes or people which reduces the gap between the poor and the rich. And B, this model advocate the universal services for all people, e.g. the Kenya, they are free and compulsory primary education, subsidies to medical services in government hospitals and other selective services for the handicapped, e.g. the bursaries.